Hello again and welcome back to Southeast Texas Weekly. We're talking politics once again. I'm Kevin Steele, happy to be your host to do so. We do this every 2 weeks. Be sure and come back and see us and check us out online at 12newsnow.com when you want to check out politics in the area. A lot of big things happening. Hillary Clinton visits Beaumont and raises up to $500,000. Donald Trump, Ted Cruz in a battle royale in the great state of Iowa. Sarah Palin now into the mix as well. The Fast and Furious situation has become an integral part of the president's newest challenge. We will talk with Congressman Brian Babin in just a few minutes on that issue and much more. But first, we have our regular panel. Godfrey Leggett joining us once again, Democratic activist extraordinaire. Great to see you, sir. Kent Batman here as well, the GOP chairman for the great county of Hardin. And W.L. Pate, Beaumont City Councilman.
Great to be here, Kevin.
Let's start with Fast and Furious. Does anybody think that this issue is dead and gone, has been litigated, has been decided?
I thought it was
and that
dead and gone.
And that the critics continue to just pull up this issue to disparage the president.
How long can you beat a dead horse and get any blood out of him?
Well,
Ask El Chapo.
Yeah, since he had one of them. The only thing missing from the investigation of Fast and Furious, besides the Keystone Cops, is Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing, I see nothing, I hear nothing.
And we should inform the folks that it was a gun-running, gun-walking type operation in which the administration, in particular the ATF, and I think Homeland Security also somewhat involved, allowing guns with serial numbers that they knew about to get into the hands of Mexican criminal organizations. The point being, eventually those guns would then work their way back into the United States, would be secured by American authorities, there would be arrests, criminal syndicates would be brought down. Good idea, bad idea from the get-go?
If they'd have done a better job of tracking it, I suppose so. I mean, they messed up, okay? It was not a success.
It was certainly a mistake. And
looking back, 2020s.
Well, only because we killed border security people and a lot of other innocent lives that were taken by weapons we basically gave away. You couldn't come up with a worse plan. Let's give, well, you could. Let's give Iran a nuclear weapon. That's worse. But just individual.
Okay. And we have our troops being killed over in Iraq and Afghanistan with our weapons that we left behind.
But back to Fast and Furious. If you were going to do this, were you going to send weapons that possibly were going to recover again? Would you send a 50 caliber? A 50 caliber is not the one that Daniel Boone shot. When
No,
you look at the front of the Coast Guard.
Bad judgment, okay?
Yeah, that's a huge gun. They're shooting down helicopters with it, or could.
I thought the administration was opposed to guns.
Well,
they're shipping them overseas.
they are, but if you're trying to fight the gun guys, you got to play by their rules. You know?
Yeah,
it's a criticism that this White House has faced over and over, and that was fairly early on in the administration.
Yes, but
in the first term of this president, the thing is.
So what at this point? Okay.
Well, here's the issue. Here's the issue, Kevin.
Well, so what?
Here's the issue. You'll recall, Mister, I read it in the newspaper. I didn't know anything about this. I read about it in the news. That's the president who said, you know, as the good book said, don't live in glass houses if you're throwing stones, which also isn't in the good book. That wasn't in the good book. It might have been a good book, but it wasn't the Bible. But anyway.
Not the good book.
That's right. And so here's these guys, none of them knew anything. What they're finding out, and that's one of the things they're trying to do, is go back. Some of these emails are going to go up to Eric Holder, and it's going to show he knew about it all along. And that's going to be very embarrassing to the administration.
I don't think this is going to be that embarrassing because I think everybody knows that Eric Holder probably knew something about it. You know.
Yeah,
I know,
but it's about lying.
Going to be embarrassed and
Look,
probably.
It's about.
Did you read that in 2 Corinthians, by the way?
Yeah.
2 Corinthians?
Actually, it's the second letter of Corinthians
Okay,
for folks that actually read that on
There's
occasion.
no glass house in that book.
That's right.
What are you trying to say, Godfrey?
What
That
I'm
was a
saying,
thinly veiled
is the
attack.
people that were outraged about it in the first place are still outraged about it, and anything new comes up, they will still be outraged. And the people that didn't care then don't care now.
Well,
and so what's What's the point?
But,
If
but
you-
first of all, we're thinking it's ARs. Now we're finding out there's 50
Okay,
calibers.
so what?
When we find out that it's a rocket launcher, or if we find out
A
it's
50
nuke,
caliber, you only got to
every
shoot the guy
time-
one time, because if you hit him, it liquefies
we're
his
blowing up
insides. Okay,
engines.
so-
Well,
those
or
things.
light anti-tank weapons, laws, things that can take out helicopters. I mean, the 50 caliber can.
Yeah.
I've fired that weapon, and it's accurate to 1,500 meters.
It's a powerful weapon.
And the hole that it makes is you don't want to be on the receiving end. I'll put it like that. And for that to get out, but the big issue, Godfrey, is that they didn't know anything about it. They read about it in the newspaper.
Oh, well,
There's
somebody
nothing
knew about it,
that the
okay.
Obama administration has ever taken credit for, except Osama bin Laden's dead.
And Obamacare.
Yeah, well, less and less are taking
Well,
credit for that.
Still happy with that.
Well,
Not the
why?
American people.
Yeah, they are.
Bringing up 2
Depends on which
Corinthians
50 you
as he
talk to.
has, I have to let Godfrey talk about Donald Trump for a brief minute. Sarah Palin, and we just have seconds.
golly, Sarah-
Is it a help? Is
What
it a
an idiot.
hindrance? Sarah Palin's
She just
endorsement.
opens her mouth and this spew of words comes out unconnected to anything. It's
Elaborate.
amazing.
What is your problem with this great American, Sarah Palin?
That
She doesn't know
governor
anything
from
about
Alaska.
it. She doesn't know anything about anything. She's an idiot, okay? Why would you want this woman out there? There's certainly better women to speak for you than Sarah Palin.
Well,
Does she actually hurt Donald Trump in
Well,
the
same
Iowa
thing's
caucus?
true with the 50 caliber gun, and those people that love Sarah Palin love her, and those that hate her, and nothing's going to change.
Well, it's a shame people hate anybody.
Well, I shouldn't have
You
said
know,
hate.
That's right.
okay?
The
I shouldn't
opposite
have
of
said that.
love is fear, Godfrey.
Detest.
And
They detest
socialism
Just a minute.
fears capitalism.
You're comparing
They
Sarah
don't hate
Palin
it.
to a 50 caliber.
No.
That's right. Well,
She is quite the
what he
pistol.
means, she's powerful. She
No,
was a
no.
governor of Alaska. She was
I
vice
wish we had more
president.
time.
She's an idiot.
Congressman Brian Babin joining us in just a few minutes. We'll have another panel of our great leaders here coming up in just seconds. We'll go to break. We'll come back with much more, including more on Sarah Palin's endorsement of Donald Trump. And we'll see what Ted Cruz thinks about all of these matters right after this.